too. Oh, you know what I'm gonna
Every
call
single
you?
time you see him, you say that. I've told you he has the brown. He is a Siamese mix. He's Asian. All right?
Oh, hello.
What did you
I'm gonna
just
call you
say?
Sugar. Sugar.
What did he say?
He goes, oh, a roll.
Yeah.
What did you just
Does he? He doesn't seem to mind. He seems to be enjoying himself right now.
See it.
Hello.
Hello.
Me and Jason have switched personalities. I'm in my pajamas. I'm tired. Jason is awake and dressed today. He's wearing a hat too, so we almost had it. He still hasn't cut away from the wide for some reason.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
It has
I
been
almost
a
messed
hot
up the number.
minute.
This is episode 38. Welcome to SYWB podcast, where we talk about the drama of the restaurant industry and our lives around it. Still staying away. You can stop clapping, please. From the who or the where. What? You say you messed me up.
The who?
No, you said it wrong because you guys were clapping for 25 hours. No. So I'm a bit on the tired side, you might say. Really going in for this.
Yeah, like a baby. He's too tired. He can get his 8 hours.
Why do you do that?
All the great leaders do that.
Oh, the what? Oh. I didn't even realize what you were doing until my brain just said register.
Register your guns.
Shut up.
So it took us 38 episodes before we got canceled. I was talking about registering guns, and Jason said something racist in an Asian accent.
I was
the very first word of the podcast.
Oh, what's up? Oh. Man,
I'm calling Sarah.
I'm just who do you think gave me the idea? She's the one that walked in. He said, "Hold on, let me tell you something." I was like, "What's up?" And then she
Okay, cut to me. She can do it. Jason can't.
Oh, why? Is it because I didn't hit the hyphen right enough? All right, I'll get pointers from her. I'll get the pointers. I'll get the right octave too.
She's the one that Jason complained about. Jason's the one that she complained about. I feel like.
Probably. I don't know.
Anyway.
I just be throwing everywhere.
Is this
She used to.
she complained?
Big bleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, that we haven't said that. It's just your name. But by the way, speaking of which, I'll be right back. That was supposed to be point number 1.
Yep.
Of this podcast.
Work it over.
I'm just happy to be here. It's a good Sunday morning. We're here. We get to enjoy. It's a little bit of raining outside, but honestly, it's a very nice weather overall. It's very calming.
This is the most you've talked.
Yeah, because I'm not getting interrupted. Oh, gotta cut to the wide. Can't see.
You don't know which one is. There we go.
Are you pregnant? Are you going to tell her that you're pregnant?
She sounded so concerned.
She sounds annoyed. She's like, I gotta pay the bills for this.
Hello?
Damn. I gotta
And welcome to SYWB Pregnant Podcast. Oh, can you not tell?
turn to the side. Oh, I'm getting a front view from here. Oh no.
Someone boil some water and tear some sheets.
I've never understood that, by the way, but we'll talk about that later.
Ew, I had to see the front view of
So-
it. Oh my gosh. This is fucking horrific.
Perspective matters, kids.
Oh, I this hat back, my bad. I don't know, I gotta act like an old man because I just realized this hat has an advertisement on it.
Cut to Jason. Oh, hello, fellow kids.
Exactly.
You still keep cutting the wrong place. I can watch it.
Man.
Anyway, so I bought a jar. I was at a Goodwill yesterday.
You just said my name.
That is the fucking joke. Yeah. How many times am I gonna have to explain this to you? The joke is
I wasn't there for the
that
joke,
because
so
I
don't know.
you have to say the name of the jar. You have to put money in the jar every time you say the name of the jar. That's the joke, and it has to be bleeped every time.
But you owe $1.
I think it's a quarter. I think we just said a quarter because it'll be funnier to have the change going shaka 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 shaka. But anyway, so I took this way in the surprise so you can see.
Chicka.
There was no interesting jar. There was one interesting jar at the thing, and it was but it was only like this big and that much around. So I was like, what's the point of that? So I walked to another section of the Goodwill, and I saw this thing. I was like, I guess it doesn't really inspire courage, or
Courage.
what am I saying?
Like the dog.
Papa. It's adorable.
The fuck is that? Oh. You would get something with a cat on it, wouldn't you?
I didn't even think about that, but yeah. So this is the bleep jar because I don't want to put another quarter in. But let me go get a quarter.
So
Hold on.
what are the rules again?
Whenever you say, all right, this doesn't count. just because I'm explaining the rules to the audience. So
Yeah,
the first
don't
one
worry.
doesn't
Yeah,
count.
the bleep. Okay.
But he knows.
No, I don't.
So every
If I
time you
knew the
say,
rules, I wouldn't ask. This is legitimately. If I knew the rules, I wouldn't have
including
asked.
when you talk about the jar. So from now on, from not this moment, but in a few moments on, if you say the words jar or you reference the jar, you have to put a quarter in the jar because you said his name. So every time you say his name,
Oh.
you put a quarter in the jar.
Oh.
Funnier still, it cuts in half, right? So
Oh.
when I'm gonna cut a hole in its head, and it's gonna be like a piggy bank, and we're gonna go plop, and then you'll never know how. Let me think. Let me ask you about this because this was an idea. So you'll never know how much money's in the jar, right? So what could we do with the money, right? That's my question. I'm wondering. I had a thought. What if there's a game where anyone who's on the podcast, even a guest, digital guests are gonna be weird for this, but can ask, like, I want the jar at any point, but you don't know how much money is in the jar, so you could get a quarter, or you can get the whole jar. But if you request the jar, you get whatever money's in the jar.
I don't like that idea.
Why not?
I think you should cut a hole in the top, draw a smiley face and some whiskers, and then we go take that money
Whiskers.
to lunch and do a podcast with the payment for that lunch.
All right, that's one idea.
That's
That's
better
two
than my
ideas.
idea.
Jason, any
I was
ideas?
gonna say. Well, I was gonna say if we just give up on this whole show, I'm gonna grab the quarters. I'm gonna just throw it at you guys. But that's all in agreement, right? We're just throwing ideas out, you know.
We give up on this whole shit. I think you did.
The camera hasn't cut in about 5 minutes.
Gosh damn it! The camera hasn't cut.
Because it's
'cause
your
we're trying to get
only
the
thing you're
angle.
supposed to do.
We're trying to get the moment of this, bro. We're trying to capture the
You weren't
beauty
even
of
supposed to
it.
cut to me. You were supposed to cut to and now you're supposed to cut to me because I'm talking.
I already ended it.
And now Jason's talking, so you cut to him. Do we need to
I
have
know.
a
Okay,
training
I
course?
saw, yeah, that
No,
was
it's
on me. I
it's
saw
our
the
fault
light.
for not having consistent podcasts. So Mr. Jar doesn't have
A full
practice
name.
in, so
Alright.
it's fine.
You made a reference to the jar. You quarter it up. Now you're in for
You
50.
no? Does anyone listen to me? Does no one ever listen to me?
Okay, I don't have a quarter, but I got nickels. I'll throw you the nickel if that's what you need.
I don't have a quarter, but I have 5 nickels.
All right, this
I'm
is the
missing
last.
a nickel.
this
We're
is the
down
last-
to 20.
This is the last episode of the podcast. We'll see you later. Bye.
It was the cat jar that broke everybody down. It was the insanity of the DM cat jar. But
See how long it takes
also keep an eye. You have to keep an eye on that.
We'll see how long it takes to notice. No, I don't, because of what I said earlier, which I'm not explaining myself 4 times.
Oh my gosh. God bless me, Joe. You said no. I'm just kidding.
You said it.
Yeah, exactly.
Quarter.
All right. I was gonna say something, but
No.
I was like, that's gonna sound mean. Let me not
So-
say it.
No, don't throw it. So from now, this point, for goddamn sake, since I've explained myself 6 times, the jar is in effect. Not saying the word jar, since I've explained that again since you asked. Only saying your name.
Could you imagine?
Jesus.
Yeah, that just creates like reverse psychology. Like we just immediately forget his actual like code name. We just keep messing it up, calling him by his real name. Yeah, because we thought you were taking a break for a second.
I thought you were walking away from the podcast.
Yeah.
You threatened to do it.
I know. Yeah, you just threatened. I thought you.
I didn't threaten. I just threatened to cancel. I guess there's a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, we were worried. I thought you meant that word for a second. I was
Speaking
like,
of
oh, he did.
discussions about guests and
Ouch.
what they will do with a jar, since
That
it's not-
jar, not a jar. That jar.
Good point.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
bring it up.
This wasn't even a note, but it came up last night actually. So
Oh.
I don't know if you guys will even agree with having this guest, because it seems a little off the wall, but just stick with me.
Are we guessing who it is?
Oh, good point. That's what we're gonna do. So what I was saying was there was a high. You don't know who this is, so you'll never guess it. But we'll play a game for a second. I came up to the people today, and I was telling them how I was. Well, how am I going to phrase this? Hold on. Let me phrase this in you know the background version of it, so let me explain this on the podcast. As a company, we were emailing guests to be on internet people on the internet, and one answered, We're not going to be guessing it because you literally don't know who this is. So the reason I messaged them is because we've kind of referenced it before, and I've just through me where I've talked about it. It is a guy who used to be a flat earther, and he was super high up in the flat Earth community, and he's a content creator about flat Earth for 10 years, something like that. And I've told you guys about the experiment where they went to Antarctica to watch the 24-hour sun. We've talked about that. I don't want to like random guests, but I'm considering this is not a random guest because we brought it up before, and I'm super interested in it in my personal life. So this guy went to Antarctica, flat earther. That's why he went, because he was free trip to Antarctica. And I might cut this actually because he hasn't confirmed. He just said yeah in a few weeks. Anyway, his name is Jaron. And his channel is Jaronism, and he said he would be on the podcast for a second.
Are you gonna cut this?
Yes, I'm deciding yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something. You're gonna cut that. Okay.
Well, it's gonna be in the Patreon.
Okay, well, that'd be fine.
Go ahead.
Jarism, just like racism. Go on.
Was that the joke?
Yeah, it was just in my head.
It wasn't even bad.
No. I just.
I'm gonna cut it though.
Thank you. It wasn't good to begin with. It just needed to leave my system though.
No, so I have several questions for him.
Oh, look at
as like a really high popular ex-flat earther. But I don't even. Which one of the questions is he actually an ex-flat earther? What does he believe now? Because I haven't heard. I don't watch his stuff, so
he believes in the round now. The round.
I don't know yet. So one of my questions. Well, I won't say the questions, but so with that idea, if you could each garner up a few questions, I will do the majority of it, but that's his story. He was a flat earther for a long time, but he was the only one who was like intelligent about it, if you can be, where he would do experiments and he would prove himself wrong, and then he would change his idea about what the flat earth was because of these experiments.
Did he change his fucking ideals like 50 different times before
a few times
giving in?
How old is he?
I don't know, early 30s maybe.
Okay. Who in their right mind doesn't understand that the Earth is round? It is
Thousands of
not
people.
flat.
A lot of people.
Thousands of people. You don't know this?
Yeah.
I'm almost pissed about this.
We've talked about this.
I understand that.
Someone spent $100,000 to send people to Antarctica to prove it's not flat. Because in their model, you can't have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And there is. So they flew down there to see it for themselves because all the videos were faked.
Was there daylight savings time in Antarctica?
I mean,
That's a great question.
That would be a really good question. We can ask him there. He was there. We can ask him.
That could be your question.
Yeah.
No, so anyway, there's just going to be a segment where he video calls in to talk with us.
During the daylight phase, did you feel like the sun just stayed there a little longer than normal?
How did you know? Did you read my notes?
Do you feel like it was 26 hours instead of 24?
No, so I was actually kind of jealous because they got to go to Antarctica for free. Homes. Because they got to go to Antarctica for free.
Oh, sorry. I got my brain registered that.
Because they believe in the flat Earth. And I'm like, I would have pretended to believe in the flat Earth to go to Antarctica.
I mean, that's the thing about everybody's belief.
They were
is that
pretending,
like
though.
if you can fake that kind of energy, then you just go along with it.
Now, a lot of flat
But
earthers
also-
are pretending because they get paid to make videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But he was not one of them. I do not believe he was one of those.
No, of course. It's just same as any other like true strong belief. Is that you have those who are just in the front lines, faking it for something, and then you have those who truly believe in the system of whatever it is, and then they would do their best to explain that. And then if they're wrong, well then obviously again the option of what happens after is still on them.
Yeah. I don't know how much time he'll have. But the more I think about it, the more I think it might be a whole episode of just that.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
I-
fine with me.
I have two questions.
Go ahead.
How do you think? What in your right mind makes you think that this Earth is flat, and is there a time change in Antarctica?
Yeah.
So I don't want...
Has he ever been to the North Pole? Like has he
No.
gone from pole to pole?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
My question honestly would be like, I understand you believe in that, but what was your first concrete evidence in making you stick to the belief?
Yeah,
Because it could have been it could have been a question that would have been followed by him actually understanding.
Because that's not mine.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell me I should write mine down.
Yeah, he told us, all of us, to write one down, 2 to 3 questions
Let's
down.
write some questions down.
Yeah.
Because I want to do it soon because I want to give him. Damn, Brittany,
Oh, yeah,
did you see
the
that? She
dog.
slammed her head into the ground.
I know she's mad.
Because I want to give him. I want to be transparent because I know a lot. I'm sure a lot of people are inviting him on podcasts to make fun of him, which is not what I'm doing. And I don't want your questions to be rude.
This is a genuine person who actually has an actual belief in this, and I actually would like to see what that would be like.
So I want to give him transparency. I want to tell him, I want to give him a list of questions before he comes on the podcast, so we won't be just throwing it at him on the day. So yeah, that's gonna happen in a few weeks. That might happen in a few weeks.
I didn't say still a big if. So.
For a second while I type my questions in my phone.
I say yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean,
You're the computer guy.
can you hear that? The food is coming out. I hear them sprinting.
Yeah, you hear their fat asses just going on.
They're fat asses. That's so mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
my
get fed
dog's
an hour
asleep.
earlier now, or an hour later.
Oh wait,
It was an hour later.
I was gonna say, isn't that didn't it happen today?
Oh my God, yes. That's why he said the
Wasn't paying
time change
attention.
in Antarctica.
I was paying attention.
I know you weren't.
The only thing I cared about was trying to keep this place clean, and I still didn't get to finish it. I'm mad.
Oh, you swept under the chair from Brittany. Yes, that's good news.
Mm-hmm. This dugout chair. I know. I was trying to buy a chair to replace this, and I keep getting no. I'm like,
What do you
come
mean
on,
no?
bro. We gotta replace this chair now.
Oh,
Look at it.
from Lando?
Yeah.
Just cover it up. What do you mean?
Orlando peed on it too.
No.
No, I just want to get a new chair altogether, something that I feel like would be nice.
Why didn't they get one at Goodwill for you?
Because he doesn't want to switch it out. Which again, it's still a good chair. It makes sense. Still nice, but like,
Well, nice is.
Chair in the old place too.
yeah.
Yes. It was a chair. It was my. Oh, it was my chair at the beginning of the podcast. Jason was forced onto the couch. I don't know if I said this one already, but justice.
Justice delivered.
Another word banned by the government in government sectors.
Oh my gosh, you bringing up these old topics. What's
Yeah.
next, woman?
Hold on, wait. Yes,
Yeah. I still think it's crazy.
women is the last word on the list that is banned.
I.
Nope,
Well, the
it's just
government.
day.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, the government did not want to recognize that day. Then I can tell you
In
that.
some, to be no misinformation, in some government sectors, it was just day. You're not allowed to say woman.
I'm not gonna lie. That is actually pretty fucked up. If I find out that yesterday was Women's Day.
It was.
No, it's today, I believe.
No, the 13th.
Was it?
No, today's like the 8th.
No, it was either yesterday or today.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, because I get that update every day on my phone.
Funny enough, it was not on. Was it on the calendar for Apple, or am I making that up that it wasn't?
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's no calendar on this on Apple.
No, not for Apple. It's an update. It's
Yeah, because Apple follows the
I
fucking.
get Nat Day calendar, National Day calendar, and it tells me.
I know. I'm saying normally it would be on my calendar for Apple, but because they deal with like the Gulf of America situation, Apple agrees with the government apparently. So I'm pretty sure they took it off their Apple.
But I don't
Pussies.
think it was ever on there to begin with.
I believe it was because that's
Well, irrelevant. Let's look
it's
Well,
not irrelevant.
happy late Women's Day to all the women's out there doing what y'all do best.
on your Apple phone.
You can't talk over someone. Jason.
Existing.
What?
It's not the point whether or not it was on your phone. It's
That's my
I'm
point.
trying to figure out which day it was.
Yesterday
Okay.
or Friday. If Apple wouldn't be such a bitch, we would know. Yesterday.
There's one quick Google search away.
It was
That's
yesterday.
all it is.
Just Google it.
There you go.
You happy now?
I knew it was
You don't look.
today or today.
I knew it wasn't today, so the Venn diagram means we had the answer on our own.
There's another 364 possibilities.
No.
No.
Isn't this a leap year?
No.
If you leap in 1 year and then you
Hold on. If you leap 1 year and you have a time change
I did it first.
and you have time changes.
Oh, I'm on the wrong notes. Don't worry, I cut this stuff out.
No, you don't. This is the best stuff.
The silence?
Him.
What happened?
He's on the camera when you're doing
He
this.
doesn't know. He doesn't watch the. He listens to the podcast, and then he cuts out the markers. He doesn't.
I don't think you know how I edit. I have to watch it because of perversions.
The brilliant. What?
Australia tricked me.
Okay. On that
ordered
package,
something
isn't he?
Super specific. From Australia.
Vegemite?
No.
A kangaroo.
Also no.
That would be funny though.
This is not a guessing game. That's not also not specific. Those are very. There's a lot of koalas out there. All right, don't be specious.
No,
So,
speech bubble,
I'm-
if you
I'm
order a
doing-
spider, those
I guess
fuckers
you
are
could
crazy.
call it research. From Jason's mic is now muted. No one else left. I'm doing. I guess you can call it research for a
I
movie.
did.
And in it, I was. Have you guys ever heard of the first computer to sing?
No.
It was IBM computer saying Daisy Bell. Anyway, that's the fact. And there was a couple songs that some computers sang in the mid 1900s, and apparently they put it onto a record. They printed it onto a record. So I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Let me Google more information about that." And I Googled it. The exact. It was a pitch. It was a YouTube video. I copy and pasted into Google. The first thing that came up was an eBay ad. I was like, "What's this?" Clicked on it. I've never seen an empty eBay page before. It was literally, that was the only thing on the page. There was no other ones in the whole world, apparently. And this one was in Australia. So I bought it because it was pretty cheap. It was like $20. Wait a few days. It comes into the US. I get a notification that says your package has arrived, I think is what it said. I'm like, cool. That means I'll get it in the next few days. And then the next day, I get a package at the door as I'm leaving for work. So I pick it up. I was like, oh, cool, my record. Pick it up, leave for work. I get back home after work, and I realize on my phone I see a notification for two delivery. So the one from Australia and the one from TikTok. I ordered some stuff from TikTok. And I'm looking around. I was like, oh, there's no package here. Was it stolen? Did someone steal my package?
It's a shitty package to steal, I can tell you that.
No one knows it's a package. You don't know what's in it. It's not clear. It's not glass. I guess long story short, because it's not that interesting. I'd read the email entirely wrong. So the Australian Post is the one that emails me. It was literally the Australian Post Office was directly mailing me, which I think is kind of interesting. It said it was delivered to New York City. Like it got in the country that day. And then the next day, it said that your package was delivered somewhere. It was the TikTok package that I picked up, and the record had not been dropped off yet. So I picked up that one. So I stole my own package was the end of the story there. I thought someone stole my package, but it was me.
So you ended up getting the TikTok. Where's the record now?
My parents' house.
Why don't you have it?
Because eBay is dumb, and sometimes when you order stuff a certain way with a certain card, they'll go to that address that it was.
No,
So it's shipped over there.
Why haven't you picked it up and played it for this bit?
Because they leave that would have been good. They live 40 minutes away, and that's gas that I don't.
Wait, are you talking about the billing address? Can't you
You want
change the
to?
shipping address?
Well, not right
Yeah,
now.
I did. Like that, the packages.
And I don't have my, you know what. Otherwise, I don't want to go out there.
Okay, that sounded bad without.
Yeah, that's
context.
horrifying. I don't have my you know what in the
Anyway.
woods.
Anyway,
Can't go out there.
those are
What
woods.
are you talking about?
The packages just before, like the one ordered before and the one ordered just after, all arrived here It's just the eBay did something switch up on me, and so it delivered it to the other address that I have in there.
You switched up. Did they did a switch up?
What? Oh, I also have something to bring up with you. The way you speak into the mic.
Yeah, it's
I
an
have
issue because I
recording.
don't know what else to do.
You trail off, and on a mic that means you lose half the sentence. You go, you know,
Yeah.
and I can't hear the last bit when I'm editing. I'm like, what did Jason say? So each time you do that, I have to
keep
go
everybody
and
in
cut
suspense.
it, turn up
It's
that
the only
part,
way.
cut it again, turn it back down. It's like a bunch.
I gotta keep everybody in suspense. I just need it.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
need them to know.
can't hear him. There was a much better way to tell that story, and I didn't do it. So I apologize to everyone who had to listen to that.
Well, now I want to hear the record.
We'll do it
I do
next week.
too. Hopefully we can do that next week.
No.
No,
It's just a
but
very
it was the
rare
one that was
record.
unsold. Yeah.
For $20? That is
They must not have known that it was rare. They must not have known it
Probably
was
didn't,
rare.
yeah, they probably didn't care. They probably just assumed that since it wasn't the actual computer, quote unquote, they're just like whatever.
Yeah, I tried to buy the
it's
computer. So another.
Is there a B-side?
If there is, that'd be crazy.
You just the scientist with a recorder in the back of the room.
Monster Mash?
Scientist with a recorder in the back of the
Monster Mash.
room, trying to.
Do I need to bring up the Monster Mash?
All right, no one's listening to me anymore on my podcast.
Oh, it's your own podcast?
It's part of my podcast, yeah. I see now I lost the train of thought. What I was saying. Oh, what did you say? Did I miss it? Because I wasn't listening to someone else on my podcast. We're gonna skip it. Or you can repeat it.
No, go, keep going. I'm not doing this again.
What happened? Is it the Asian stuff?
No.
That's what I'm gonna assume. Whenever I assume Jason doesn't get to repeat something, I know it's racist.
He only says that because he's mad that I don't repeat things.
Yes. What?
Then listen to it the
Exactly
first
right.
time. Then why are you?
I was in the middle of
over-talking me?
talking. Interrupted me, and you talk.
I know.
Fine, I'll put a quarter in.
Fucking take the quarter.
Ow,
You missed that. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
You can't do that. He has to give his own quarter.
Anyway,
Oh, you're right. Give me the quarterback.
I was in the middle of talking. He interrupted me, and you responded to his interruption.
I know.
So
It's
I'm
just 'cause
sorry
I
I didn't
whispered.
listen to
No,
your
no, it's
interruption
fine,
of his
yeah.
to your answer to my interruption.
I
Damn.
didn't think he cashed me. I whispered it.
That's for Jason.
Pardon the interruption.
I almost said your name again.
That's a show on ESPN.
I don't.
What?
Part of the interruption.
I don't care at all. About
I don't know anything about that.
that. Yeah.
Sports show.
What's
Oh,
sport?
that explains everything.
No, what's sport?
All of them.
Yeah, that's the question. See, what
What is
yeah,
sport?
The S really makes a difference there. What sports?
What's up,
What's
Cat? Welcome
sport?
back.
Yeah, that S is
These are the things that I find entertaining.
very,
Cut to me.
very definitive.
He's such a chunker. Look at him.
That's why I have a podcast.
He's
Why
such
we
a
have a
chunker. Look at him. He's such a chunky chunker.
Yeah, he's sitting. He eats both the bowls of food. He needs to stop doing that.
So you tell me the other cat has not eaten anything then? Now he's just
the other
sitting
cat
there?
eats some of his food, and then the other one eats the rest of it.
No wonder he's sneezing.
No, he's sneezing because I took him to the
sin
vet
of, sin
yesterday.
of God is like, bro, stop being a glutton, bro.
You know what's really gross is he sneezed for the first time last week, and he had boogers, so the boogers got everywhere, and then he started just
Ew.
licking his face and like he started eating his.
Cat boogers the same as human boogers?
I assume the salty. That's why he liked it. So he would like
Salted? What are you talking about? What? Salted?
salty boogers are salty like your skin, like your sweat.
Okay.
Cats like salt.
I'll take your word for that. I'll take your word
Yeah,
for that.
that's why cats like your licking your skin because it's salty. Your skin is salty, just like your sweat.
But with cat boogers, did you see it?
That's what I just said. Is that I assume it's salty like a human booger.
You saw it.
Yes, that was the story that you interrupted
Mm-hmm.
and asked a question about in the middle of the story. Was that he sneezed and there was boogers everywhere because I saw it.
Okay.
Jesus, am I?
It's a lot of interruptions today.
Yeah, it's
a lot of interruptions. this
anyway. It was
session.
really gross. He was licking. He was eating it off his. He was eating the boogers off his face, and then he started licking.
He was doing that. No,
He started
so-
licking the blanket where the boogers were too. I was like, get out of here. It was gross. But he didn't say anything wrong with it. He was just like,
he didn't care. He went,
to be fair, he's less than a year old.
and then he just started devouring it right after.
So he's a baby.
I was like,
so
oh,
he don't
poor
know
child. I know
He's really filling in that whole box, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
He's
got a lot of
fat
mass.
fucking.
Funny if he was trading out the box each night for a smaller box just to fuck with you.
Wouldn't it be me miss? Anyway, yes, that would be funny.
Trading out the box just to fuck with you.
Did you ever hear about that fact about George Clooney and his cat
No.
and his roommate's cat when he was younger?
No, this sounds horrifying though. You had to tell us.
I'm
That
trying-
structure
let me
didn't
tell you the
sound
way that
right.
He told it.
Why are you doing this like a dog?
I'm thinking, and no, my face itches. I'm trying to think of a way. People who grow facial hair, it itches when it grows out. Just so you know.
I have never grown facial hair.
Uh-oh, we have a bigger. The audience now has a bigger picture of Deep Dish's face. There's no beard. Fun fact. We're slowly getting there, team. We're getting to know what he looks like.
Meanwhile, there's like 6 fucking movies of everyone in it.
Shut up. They don't know. What the fuck was I talking about a second ago?
George Clooney and
Oh,
his
yeah.
cat.
Podcast.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm
You interrupted yourself.
I'm trying to think of how to.
Yourself.
And he keeps going. I'm trying to think of how to say this
Fully.
to tell the story the way he did, because it was really interesting the way he told it, because it had the twist at the end. Or it could be misremembering entirely. Whatever. He had a roommate at one point before he was that famous. I think he was still acting at this point, but he wasn't famous. Famous.
Richard Kind. That's the actor. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. So then let me tell the story. Anywho.
Richard Kind, by the way, he's a character actor.
Speaking of irrelevant. Anyway.
It's actually kind of relevant because it was Richard Kind's cat and he was fucking with him.
Richard Kind.
I'm trying to tell the story.
Okay.
Why are you interrupting every second? Jesus.
No, he's trying to tell you the facts of it right now. It's the facts of the
No,
day,
that
which
totally
was
doesn't matter the story. The name of the person doesn't matter. Anyway, goddamn. So George Clooney had a roommate, doesn't matter who, a long time ago, and the roommate had a cat. And Jason, if you pull this prank on me, I couldn't even be mad at this point. But I also have a story about that, kind of. Because I thought Jason did for a second.
Richard Kind?
Because I knew this story. For about, like, I don't know if it was weeks or months, but for a certain amount of time, George Clooney would take a crap. Why did I just censor myself? He would take a shit in the cat's litter box, in his roommate's cat litter box, and, like, cover it up. And when the roommate would come home from work every night, he'd be concerned about his cat. Because he walked up to George one night and he was like, yeah, man, I don't know about this cat. I should take him to the vet or something. There's some massive shit.
Taking some big shits, bro. I don't know what I'm feeding him.
It's like, I don't know what's wrong with this cat. I don't remember if he like told him eventually or whatever, or if it just unnamed roommate found out by hearing the story on a late night talk show one night. But I say that to say that there was one day where there was a massive piece of poo in their litter box. Like, I know it was him because the orange one I've had for 8 years, he's never done that. And this one has some weird poo problems. It was like a Subway sandwich, man. It was $5 foot long. It was massive in that litter box.
He looks proud too.
There was a small. Yeah, look at him.
He's getting tired from.
I knew I
knowing.
should have had a
He's
cat
like,
cam on
yeah.
this episode. There was this much of me that thought maybe Jason or Lando is pulling a prank or something, because it was, boy howdy. I
We
thought for a
weren't
second
even here for a
Brittany,
whole
it was
week.
like dog size. It was huge.
Where you going, dog? Oh, off she goes.
That's the slowest, saddest walk I've ever.
She's an old granny now.
Yeah, but she looks like she aged in 4 years and 3 days. Like she was fine a few days ago. She's just tired. Is it cold in here?
It's cold. I was gone for a whole week.
Yeah, I'm asking if it's cold because I was hot all night. No, I'm not that cold. I mean, I have a jacket, a sweater on, but I'm not that cold.
Brought 4 flannels and a snowmobile suit.
Do you want a blanket?
No, it's okay. My nipples are gone.
It's good. I don't have one anyway.
Ew, what the fuck is these reactions?
Wow, we really need to do more podcasts in a row because if Jaron comes to this one, he's gonna be upset.
Yeah, I guarantee you he's gonna be like, hey man, sorry, I can't make it. I got
Yeah,
nothing to do.
he's gonna watch it. Damn it, he's gonna watch this episode. We're gonna get a telegram.
You can always take 6 weeks to post it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes, my doggerino.
Was it 6? I think it was more than that. I think it was like 7 weeks.
Well, you
We
had-
filmed. No, yeah, it was 7 weeks because we filmed
you
it this.
had so many in your pocket, which
No, I said didn't have so many. I had more than it needed. And then editing took a back door because.
So many was a phrase, not meaning that you had too many. You had X amount. I guess I should have said.
Okay. Oh.
Darino.
Jason, do you have any stories since I've been talking for an hour and a half?
Okay, good. So
Jesus Christ.
I got.
Real quick, I need to pause. I need to interrupt you for a second.
Okay.
If you see me over here struggling, and there's a bunch of pauses between my stories.
I didn't know if you were struggling. I'll be honest with you. I actually didn't know if you were struggling. I thought
Okay,
you really
well,
wanted
just
to talk
know
about
if
your
I'm sitting here
stories.
staring at my phone or just you can cut in. You can cut in, all right?
Okay.
Not in the middle of my sentence, but what time are we at? No. There's a number on the computer. The computer.
Why do you take off your glasses?
He looked at the camera. That's why I was saying computer twice. Oh, jeez. I thought we were done. Okay, 39 minutes.
It's fine. Don't worry. We'll manage this. I know. Don't
God,
worry.
we
We'll
are.
manage this. We're at 10 minutes.
Jason's story?
All right, I'll speak.
Please make it a 40-minute story.
Look at she's like over my head right here. Oh my god, you guys taking so long.
When did the dog get up there? When did she just...
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Look at her. Look at her. Look. She put a little head
Is
here.
that the
She's
time
like,
change?
Put my head.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
What?
This camera is out.
Cut to the wide.
Uh oh. Don't say battery.
Thank you for pointing out this time. Last time this happened, you didn't say anything. I had to watch you cut to a black screen.
You thanked me? Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with some cold. A bad old cough that I had to deal with a week ago. Actually, no, not even a week ago. It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days of coffee. Afternoon, brother. How you holding up?
Put a quarter in the jar.
Afternoon, brother.
That's an act of war. Next, we're not talking about this. Jason's story. All right, come back to me. Bye. No. Jason, please tell us a goddamn story.
Well,
We have
okay,
to get back
fine.
in the...
I know you guys. I'm not trying to talk over you guys. You made that simply. Don't.
We
talk
cut to
over-
you and it said, hey, Jason's story.
Yeah, and I'm talking to my dog. Okay, so back to my
This is
stuff.
my
I got
fault.
beef.
I blame myself for this.
I got beef with my own name.
Jason?
Okay, yeah, Jason. I got beef. Okay,
Jason
so
Saldana?
yesterday, yeah, I got beef with all Jasons right now.
Oh.
Hopefully it's only the one. Maybe all the rest of us can band together and beat the other one that was being a dick.
Go ahead.
Sorry, my dog, little doggo. So yesterday I was serving this table. They were lovely. They're just chilling. They're doing what they do best. You know, clearly they're playing some b-ball up and around. You know, they didn't get in any trouble. I walk in and I come to find out, you know, as I give them my pitch, I find out that the guy's name is Jason, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, my name is Jason. Oh, you need to get a brush. And I found out that both our names are Jason. I said, you know what? That's great. You know, we all over here, we got to stick together. He tells me, you know, he's like, you know, our name is in the calendar. I'm like, yeah. What was it? June, July, August, September, October, November. And he's like, yeah. And guess what I told him? I said, you know what our name means in Greek? And he said, what does it mean? I said, it means healer.
Real quick.
Oh shit.
You messed up.
What?
You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, June, July. Yeah, I know. I can't remember which one it was, but we're adding both of them in there,
Keep going.
okay? And so I was like, oh yeah, it means healer. He's like, you know what? That's amazing. You know, we Jasons got to stick together. We do our own thing. You know, we just got to do what we can. You know. Come towards the end, he gives me his credit card, and I said, all right, I'll go pay it off.
At the end.
All the way through to the end. So I was like, cool. I go pay it off, and I'm gonna get in trouble. That card only had $1 in it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say his name on the card was not Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It was just Jason. But what scared me is that it just had Jason in it. There was no last name on it, so I already knew it was very questionable about that. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna
card?
chance it. I don't know. Honestly, I'd make more sense if it was a gift card, but no, it was just a regular one of those debit cards. But it had $1 in it. It had $1 in it.
How does that happen? How do people not know where their
And
money is?
That's what I said.
Are they that rich or they're that poor? That's the question.
Well, the part that pissed me off is that I didn't even grab the card. Like, I put the card and kind of tossed it into the reader. Until then, I actually grabbed the card and I realized how crusty, dusty that fucking card was. There's food crumbs in there. It has clearly been staying there for 10 days. It never felt so disgusting in my life. I went to get hand sanitizer. That's how crazy that whole thing was.
I'm going to take a guess and say poor then.
Yeah. But I took that card. I
Although-
walked back and I said, you
Maybe
know
not.
what? Hey, the card reading, obviously, this is all that came out. This is the remainder. And his girl, she pulled out her card. He's like, "Baby, I got you." Packed it away, and I looked at him right in the eye and I said, "Damn you. You brought shame to our name. You're talking about this whole
You
thing
brought
about bringing
shame
us
to the
together,
clan.
and you couldn't pay. You had $1 to your name, legitimately $1 to your name, and that's all you can do." That was my first story. Now my second story, I got beef with one of the servers now.
Great transition.
I gotta.
Great transition.
Thank you. No, I got personal beef with one of the servers. I don't know. I think they might hate me. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me.
Is it me?
I don't. Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know. It deals with.
Good point.
It's so mean.
It's true. Truth hurts. My heart just blew up.
My heart just sank. Oh.
Next.
I think I brought this story before. I was talking about how like as a server we do closing, and so we had this new
Oh,
servers.
you're talking about her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we.
She doesn't like much anybody, which makes sense because she's bleep. Makes sense.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So come to what was it 2 weeks ago before I went on my vacation and
I
stuff.
usually come at the end.
We got post in the same position for closing, which means we both had to do the same station for closing. It's just regular stuff that we do. I go and try to get the managers to be like, "Hey, look, I got a table behind, but I'm trying to get my stuff together. I'm just letting you know in advance." And one of the closers were like, "Oh yeah, but you got a partner in this too." And so I turn around, and I never seen someone give me the most mustiest look ever in my life.
Musty.
And I was
smell it.
like,
I can smell
I
that
know.
look.
Exactly. And I was like, you know what? I'm just thinking maybe, I'm just thinking maybe they got a bad table or anything. I walk up and I'm like, "Hey, look, we're closing this." And her energy was like, "Okay, so do you want to finish this then?" And I was like, "But you didn't have to start it. You gotta talk to me." "Yeah, I'll finish it." You mean looking at me like I said, "No, I don't want to do this," and I walked away. I said, "Listen, no, we're both closing. I can finish this. You don't got to be so angry about it." And she said, "Good." And I was like, "You know what? I hope you get gypped on your last table." And I walked away.
Oh.
I didn't say the last part, but I said it with my eyes. I said it with my eyes. Regardless, we got beef for that 2 energy.
Well, if you would cut to me, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Am I going to say that this whole podcast? I should just make an AI model that said whenever I say cut to me, it'll do it.
AI program cut to me.
Are you gonna address it or are you gonna let it go?
Well, no,
What for me?
that's 2, Jason.
Oh, 2 times I said something? All right.
You did the Asian thing earlier, and then
Oh.
you said the gypsy thing today. We've talked about the gypsy
What
thing.
was the gypsy thing? I
To
don't
be fair,
remember.
we've never talked about the Asian thing.
What was the gypsy thing?
You just said the word gypped again.
Gypped? Oh yeah. Sorry, I was in Florida for 2 minutes. Forgive me. Yeah. Sorry. I told her I hope you don't make the money that you proceed to make for this table. Therefore, your tip turns out a little shorter than you have anticipated. All right, there you go. You add that in there. Add that in there.
See, I feel like you're not taking me seriously, Jason. I feel like you don't think it's a.
I think he was correcting himself.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I know,
correcting
but he's
myself.
doing it in such a shit. What is it? Shit.
Because this is a
shit-eating grin, what is it?
podcast. Someone has to be the asshole in this one right now. So if it's not gonna be you, let
Asshole
it
is
be me.
different than.
Exactly.
Well,
don't let it be you. Don't let it be you.
Don't
Don't
speak
let
too
it be you.
soon.
The front door 6 times this morning.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. Let's not do that. We're not stepping on toes in this demographic.
Why are you guys acting like I'm in the wrong for pointing out that you said a bad word?
I pointed it out.
No, you.
Yeah, he pointed at me. Yeah.
I looked
Yeah, that's
directly
why-
at the
that's why I
camera. If
said,
you pay
is it
attention
the-
to the job you're doing. You would have cut to me when you did. Oh my God,
Your doggy, she's sleeping again.
this is falling apart. This is the last episode.
This is falling apart.
You know what we should do?
Pay attention to our jobs at each podcast.
We should have a camera that's always on you for the right part of the
It
screen.
is.
No.
It's right there.
Listen to me. The right part of the screen, then the left part, I can go back and forth. But you're always on camera on the right side of the screen.
Is that a real suggestion? Because that's a terrible idea.
It is a real suggestion.
You realize it's just cutting off part of your job.
No, I'm making my job easier so I don't get
Cutting
yelled
off
at
part of
every
your
20
job.
seconds.
Sorry, I had a cough.
You cut to him to cough
Yeah.
And
when we're in the
so-
middle of. I blame myself. It's my fault. Yes, we're doing a podcast next week because we cannot apparently do without. Maybe
I feel like you guys text each other a lot more in the actual group chat, and I just don't know about it.
No, it's just called
'cause
text. There's only 3 of us, so if one of us is out, it's just text.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, because I was saying, I feel like I missed a text message then by accident or something. Because I feel like he has been talking
Yeah, when
about
we
something
text again.
that I haven't heard.
Wait, what are you
Yeah,
talking
talking
about now?
about-
Because I'm confused.
You're talking about next week about how we need to actually, do
Yeah,
a
because
video, and then
for some reason,
and then
Deep
I
Dish-
I don't know if you want to cut this, but also for like your special day, you wanted to do a
That's what
podcast.
started.
Yeah, so I was like, I felt like I was unaware of both that was happening because I know you got the big event, but the whole sports committee coming in, and then you got just your regular, which again I'm trying to keep it PG because I don't want people to know about it.
oh, we keep it PG, but won't keep it PC. Oh, bird.
I don't know what that means.
No, it's because Deep Dish.
What's
I
up?
don't think Deep Dish understands the use of a group chat with a title in it for a specific reuse. Because you started texting about just work in the group chat a few months ago, and then you don't.
Word.
Whenever you ask about the podcast, you don't ask it in the group chat. You ask it to me. Podcast talk is for the group chat. That's why it's SYWB bitches group chat.
So when we're in the middle of a text conversation and I have a question about the podcast, should I change text chain?
If it involves Jason, yeah,
So right in the middle of
yes, because
just
you're still
chain.
texting me, yeah.
Okay. Don't cut this out.
That's
Well.
that's just a Discord bubble hub. That's all that is.
Hi.
Oh, hello, cat. Maybe you shouldn't be
What's
up here.
with this?
Tell him no, unless
Get-
you want it.
Get down, Mr. Whiskers. Skedaddle.
You don't have to pet him. Why are you rolling your eyes and petting him? You're giving him what he wants. Okay, well, he does look like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's actually smart. I
That's
was gonna
nice.
call him
Don't do it.
what? Okay, fine.
What were you gonna call him?
People don't like my creativity. Just kidding. Just kidding. That was a nightmare.
You know, the
This is my
racists are pretty creative.
Look directly at the camera.
Butthole?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
I
It's
don't
pretty
know if you,
easy
I
to
don't know
do.
if you noticed, but as I was saying my creativity, I was throwing my right arm
Well, now I have to blur it for our Australian audience.
for what? No, for the actually, you know what? Yeah, no, that's more
Also
like an
that.
American thing, but that could actually be misconstrued for everything else.
Oh, well, you said that was. Wait. So what were
Get
you
it?
doing?
Because far left, far right.
I need you
Never
to explain
mind.
yourself because now I'm confused.
Never mind.
What?
then.
No. What were you doing?
No, because I was like, oh, but you don't want my creativity because
Mhm.
I was gonna say something fucking foul because
ahead.
that's all we've been doing. And I was like, let me just throw my
So it was a salute.
no
So that's what I'm saying. What were you talking
the
about?
far right, as in the far right, because the joke that I was trying to mimic towards.
That's a little too deep cut for me. I still don't get it.
Yeah.
You would just say 'cause your
Far
right
left,
hand?
far right. Yeah,
Yeah, but you do know the first thing you did was I went like this, and you put your hand up like that with a.
but yeah.
Well, your hand was up. Your hand was the other way around. So that's why I got confused the first time you did it.
Hey,
Cut to the
off
camera.
the couch.
Oh.
So you're still
All right,
looking
so
at
I'm gonna-
things, or okay.
What's up? What time are we at?
So wait, 56. So what did the employee say when you walked away? Did she say anything?
No, the ending conversation was me trying to be nice, but no, that she just at the end she did leave what was there.
I'm glad you're
And
on
I
the
said,
line for
okay,
that.
cool, let me go for that, because clearly the anger was just for the fact I don't know, but part of it clearly was like, why do I have to close everything if I have a partner? And I'm like, well, why can't you talk to your partner who is trying to finish his table so he can join in the closing process? Well, don't make this about yourself. Just
Yeah, I
understand.
don't think people in
the
that
energy.
restaurant know what partner means.
No, they don't. Well, I mean, it makes sense because obviously, again, it's a server. Everyone has that mentality of like, we're still on our own. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right in the grand scheme. You got all these
No,
people who
because when
don't
you're
want
partner,
to
you guys
assist
share tips,
anybody.
so you're definitely not on your own.
That's the thing, though. Nobody wants to share tips, though, especially when you have a
But
partner that can't do
that-
the job correctly, and you're staring at them like, really? You only made $50, and I gotta give you my $400, and they
That
have to stare
rarely
at you with like,
happens.
okay,
That much of a gap rarely happens, but it's exactly that point where they don't want to share it. Well, they are. You're sharing it when you're in a team. So just help each other, and then it'll be worth it. But no one understands that. I'm going to say a name a few times. He does not understand it. He's like, I hate having a partner because I always have to carry my weight, and they never make enough money as I do. But then he won't work with his partner. They'll just be over there, and then he'll be over here, and they're separate.
Oh, that depends on who your partner
And everyone
is,
does
'cause
that.
that's
It's
still
like
bad.
you don't know what. No, everyone does that. Even I'm gonna say another name. They don't work together on their tables, and thus though it's not worth it. Like I don't understand. What do they think partner means? They know they're sharing tips. They don't have that choice at that point. It's so annoying.
Have a partner help you make more money at your table.
It can, but no one uses
It
their
can,
partner.
but that's not usually how it works for the most part. Because, like I said, again, it's based on the server.
It's not how it works
We have few servers that are good. Bless you. We got a few servers that are good as a solo. That's great, but as a partner, they plummet. And even me, like, no offense, like, if I got teamed with a certain group of people, I just don't even want to look at them because I know how their process is. I know how they work. And sometimes I just know that I can't do anything. Like, I don't want to say names, but we have one server for the life of me I can't comprehend. They don't put any labels on any of their tables. They're just like, if it's a party, all cocktails, all any sides or any sampler foods will go onto the table section, which render us useless. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, but for a guest of 15, who the fuck ordered a drink if all you did was put it on a table?
You walk over to the table. Who the
And
fuck
so-
had an iced tea?
Exactly, and we have a server. Who does that, and obviously, that's also bad because we lose our tips that way because they're like, you don't talk to your partner. I'm like, I can't find them because they're already running around as it is. So that is also the mentality, and also you have to forget what the structure is for each person. Some people would just be like, okay, we got two parties. You take that one, I'll take this one, and that's it. They just don't want to talk because they want to make the money their own way.
That's my exact point. No
And
one has
sometimes-
any.
But I mean, obviously,
Elasticity in
sometimes
their
that's
services.
the best way to do it, though, because again, you don't want to be overstepping on these people. Let alone if you don't know their work formula, you don't want to accidentally screw their work formula. Because God forbid you do that and you start jipping someone's
Nope, did it again.
money.
Twice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, and you start destroying the values of their money and the chance of them to actually earn a proper tip.
That one was a little.
Did you actually catch me rolling my eyes or no? Okay, good.
Yes, that one was
I
a
want,
little.
I want you to know that was out of the joke, but obviously I have to bring that in because I don't want people to legitimately think like, hey.
Oh, okay. No, because I legitimately thought because
Um,
the way you were like so snarky the first time and then you were sassy this time, I was like,
Snarky and
something's
sassy.
happening,
Yeah, we're
Jason.
bringing in the views. I didn't say we're bringing the right views though.
No, cut to me. We're bringing in the right views.
Yeah, no, that's so bad. Ooh,
Sorry,
okay.
this episode sucked. It's also gonna be a little shorter for YouTube.
Give me a little Chihuahua. Go.
I'll end it on one story because it's really fucking funny. It's from a long time ago, so hopefully Jason can remember.
Do you want me to tell my last story then, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's it about? Because it might be
It's
Patreon worthy.
nostalgia.
Go ahead.
So, as I mentioned prior, I took a little mini vacation to go see my family back in Florida. And so in Florida, we were essentially all my families were servers at one point, and my brother was like, "Hey, look, some of the places I served at and some of the neighboring restaurants are still there. Do you remember them?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool, perfect. I remember the food being delicious, so let's go back there, man, and let's go have a time." And so we went back to this little place. It's very beautiful. Can I say the name of the restaurants, or do you think that'd be bad?
I mean, it's up to your protection of your family and stuff and information.
Maybe. We might. I'll let you know in a minute. Then maybe we'll just have it top there. But it was a Greek restaurant that I went to, and they always had delicious food.
Didn't name it.
It was always delicious food, but I remember the only reason why I know them is because I worked at the restaurant across from them, and since that restaurant is long and gone, I decided to walk down memory lane and see where it is. And yeah, it's so different. They changed everything, It is now corporate owned now. So it is one of those big chain restaurants, and the color of it is so dried out and bland now, and
Five Guys?
the door, no.
I heard dried out, I think Five Guys
Yeah.
because of the burgers.
But the part that got me was the patio. Back in the day when I was working there, the patio was very beautiful because it was close to a lake. So you'd always have the breeze hitting you from the first thing in the morning to about like 4 or 2 to 3 o'clock. and that's when the sun starts to come in, and then you just get baked by the sun. But it was so nice in the Florida weather. It's all completely sealed up now, like glass block and everything. And honestly, it made me a little sad. I was like, all that wonders of that restaurant, despite the running around, the annoyance that we had to deal with from front of house and back of house, it was so nice to kind of remember all that. But it's a shame to kind of see it not be there anymore, because everything's blocked in, the colors dried out. It's so just again corporatized that you just staring, like it's just simply go in and go out. It's no longer. It didn't feel like someone would walk in there and actually stay there for like the whole day because they wanted to bask in that sun when it hits them.
What?
12,
13,
Ugh.
maybe.
Just explore your body for the first time.
I'll be
Why
96.
the hell would you add? Like, that's worse than what Jason said all this podcast. Why
I'll
would
be
you say
96.
that?
How is that worse?
Why would you?
That is not racist.
What is what?
It's not. You're right. It is not racist. We're gonna move on. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
I
Nothing.
said to Dylan exploring his body for the first
As a 13-year-old kid, yeah.
What? Act like 13.
What? Because puberty is a thing. Yeah, puberty is a thing. Yeah, you're gonna walk in there and be like, "What's
It
going
was
on?"
just.
Oh, sweet Jesus! And then he grows into the Hulk because that's what growth spurts are. Yeah, that's
Don't
what
say
I was at
grow.
13. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Increase in the girth and the size of
Don't
the
say
individual.
girth.
Yeah, do you see the issue now? Yeah. Relax.
It's a
Okay.
girth.
It's all about the context and clues.
Yeah.
Except
The
except
context
actual,
is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want a blue light in that room.
You know what's
what?
gonna happen?
Oh, shut up! Don't say that. Don't say
The
that.
last
No, that's
4
nasty.
minutes.
That's the line.
It's a black light. The last 2 minutes is gonna be just. Anyway, I'm cutting all that. So that's what the story's about. So, 2 Chainz comes in, and within the first 45 seconds. So usually how celebrities work is they'll have people come in and then they'll show up later. It's normal. I don't know why, but it's normal. And so the table's there for a while. 2 Chainz comes in, and the first thing that he says to the other guy, and you'll know which one. He acts all normal. He goes, he's missing a chain, and walks off because he was only wearing one necklace.
I know it. It's the same energy he did last time. He's like, not enough chains. I was like, what are you talking about?
Wait,
What
he
are you
did that
talking
before?
about?
The craziest part was
No, we both thought of it. That's what made me laugh. He's like, not enough chains, right? He's like, yeah.
the funniest part to me was I looked later because I was bringing him food. He was wearing 2 necklaces. He was wearing 2 chains, and Kevin just didn't notice it.
He was hiding it in plain sight, that bastard.
So even like
He
I
knew.
had a second laugh because this was maybe like 40 minutes later, and I looked and I just happened to see his necklaces, and there's both of them. I was like, he's got 2 on. What does he mean? What happened? So it was just an extra little giggle.
Could he have put one on?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think
That'd
that
be
was the story.
funny if someone's like, hey, man,
I think that one waiter just
trademark,
had
you
the
trademarked it.
joke
Oh,
in the
shit.
canon and wanted to use it because he knew everyone knew he was coming that night.
How often does he dine there?
Once a year, maybe.
I'd probably say once a year, actually. Yeah, he does it once a year.
Already too much information. Probably cutting that out.
Yeah.
Does he live near there?
I have
think
no
he lives in
clue.
Atlanta.
He lives in redacted area, I can tell you
He
that.
lives in bleep.
Yeah.
That's his address. His number and address. No, I'm pretty sure he lives in Atlanta. Stays in Atlanta.
Give his real name?
No, why? What
2
are you
Chainz
trying to
isn't
dox
his
this
real
guy? What are you
name?
talking? Why do you want his? What are you talking about?
I was just asking if he had his real name.
Oh my God!
Wait, his 2 Chainz wasn't his real name?
I was telling the story in a way that wasn't giving out information. What's his address? What's his real? You have a social security number?
I didn't ask his social security number.
I know you didn't,
When
but
he
how
was
did I know?
leaving,
You
what
also didn't ask his
direction
name
was he
until a second
driving
ago
from
when
the
you asked for his
restaurant?
full legal name. I don't know.
My point was, Mr. Rush to Judgment, does he make his reservation under 2 Chainz or his real name?
I don't know. I don't care to ask that part. I find it funny because it's the same energy as being like, when he left the restaurant, what direction was he leaving from?
What direction did his car go?
Was it left or right?
How many brake lights are on his car?
Yeah.
If he left it at,
What's the first, last initial of his license plate?
license
and all the numbers in
plate.
between.
Yeah, the license plate. What state was it in?
You know what's funny? I left because I was running food, I left
Ouch.
before that table left that night. I knew which car was his in the parking lot. I could tell which one was
you can
his.
say.
Although I came up with a good one, I can't remember what it was.
I was tricked by Australia.
That's part of it.
That's
Tricked
the name
by
of the podcast.
Australian. Okay.
The whole thing, like you have.
How about round 2?
Sometimes
Is this really a bad
that
one?
usually goes well for good episodes. Deep dish. When you have bad episodes, I forgot there was. Do you remember? So the episode that was called "What's Wrong with Eskimo"? You remember that episode?
Yes, that was the one just posted.
I forgot. No, I forgot that an alternate title for that was "Gay and Desperate." Couldn't call it that.
That sounds better, actually.
I think you made that title, Jason.
All right.
Uh-oh. Oh shit. Hold on, let me remember. What was the one? What's that song? What's that song? Frank Sinatra. L is for the way you. What's that song? Look at me. What's
yeah,
that song
love.
called?
I don't know.
No, Lion King.
I'm
What?
pretty sure it's called Love.
Just called Love.
Love. L is for the way you look at me.
Frank Sinatra sings that.
Are
you kidding me?
It's a lot of song. Oh, it's a lot of singers that.
Yeah, but Frank
take
Sinatra
over
definitely
that
sung
song.
that. You gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong, bro?
I'm not saying anything.
That was a deep cut reference. I hope someone got that. Although no one's gonna get it because it's at the end of a Patreon episode. No one's gonna ever watch that. Not even Deep Dish. You know, have you ever watched them on Patreon? You know, there's uncut, like there's longer version of Patreon, like you want it, and I logged you in.
Yes, I have watched one on Patreon.
So we've lost one viewer on YouTube, Jason. My teeth hurt.
New 5-cheese mac and cheese is now on Domino's Mix and Match menu. Sign up for the PF Flat Card and get your first month free. $1 down.
You
I
watch
didn't know there would be
ads?
I didn't know there would be 2 ads.
Took you that long? I was here waiting for it.
L is for the way you look at me.
Bye, everybody.
O is for the only one I see.
What do you think? This is Frank Sinatra, bitch?
More than anyone
Is
that
this copywritten?